Hello and welcome to Scooped, the ice cream review podcast where we try all the cone creations, signature slushes, and frozen foods on the East Coast to give you the ultimate scoop. My name is Holly Hagman, and with me is my co-host, husband, and ice cream connoisseur, Paul Percivali. Hey Paul, what's Anne Hathaway's favorite ice cream shop?
I mean, if Princess Maria sold ice cream, that would have been the obvious choice. What is it?
The Princess Dairies. Get it? Instead of Princess Diaries?
Oh. Yeah, it's cute.
Which is a movie that stars Anne Hathaway.
Did you come up with that?
I did! This was the one I made up.
Yeah, that's cute.
Thank you.
That was a good pun.
Thanks, I appreciate it. In our last episode, we reviewed Vampire Penguin, which we placed at the S tier level. And for this episode, we are reviewing a solo shop based in Niagara Falls, De-Dee's Dairy.
And it has been a little bit since we've visited this place.
Yes, because this is a blast from the past episode.
A 3-year blast from the past.
Yeah, because we need to talk about it before we forget absolutely everything about it.
Why did we wait so long to review this place?
Honestly, I don't know.
Did you just forget about it?
I think we just, fell off the rails with it.
I find it hilarious that, well, it's not exactly now our 3-year anniversary, but it's pretty close to that.
Yeah, almost identical, exactly 3 years.
It's 3 years. It's 3 days past our 3-year anniversary.
So, perfect time to review the shop we went to on our honeymoon. It only took 3 years, but that's okay. So, we have some background about De-Dee's Dairy to discuss.
Okay.
And then we have, the story of us going there and some general stories about Niagara Falls and our experience on our honeymoon and things like that. So, without further ado,
I'll take it away. From Niagara Frontier Publications, long before supermarkets were invented, there were more than 30 dairies in Niagara Falls. They all delivered milk and other dairy products to stores, restaurants, and homes. One of the first dairies was F. Buzzelli and Sons, which was founded in 1912 at 521 9th Street.
19th Street.
19th Street. Now, is there no space there?
There is a space there.
Alright, it just threw me off. Now a residential neighborhood, it was a farmland at times and had a good grazing land for the Buzzelli cows. The business was founded by an Italian immigrant named Francesco Frank Buzzelli. After serving in the U.S. Navy during World War II and earning a Cornell University degree, Buzzelli, his grandson, also named Frank, joined the family business and opened the Creamland Dairy at the corner of Cayuga Drive and what is now Niagara Falls Boulevard. There, then he sold homemade ice cream, soft custard, and a popular frozen treat called the lemon ice. Okay. Buzzelli's lemon ice recipe remains a secret to this day, but you can still enjoy it in the place Creamland once stood. The old Creamland is now called De-Dee's Dairy. Founded by Louise LaMarca in the early 1980s, De-Dee's Daily attracts warm weather crowds who stand patiently in line in line to order. I swear I have dyslexia sometimes. To order bountiful servings of their favorite frozen confectionaries. I was going to say confectionaries.
I mean, same difference.
Alright. Louise built this on the fast, friendly service, generous portions at a fair price, and a lot of flavors, said manager and co-owner Gary Wilcox, who, with nephew Bob Urso, purchased the business from her almost 2 decades ago.
Dang.
Sorted.
So that's like a whole history, right? We have the dairy farms all over Niagara Falls, and this first, one of the earlier ones was this F. Bazzelli and Sons that eventually transitioned into the opening of the Creamland Dairy, and then Creamland Dairy got bought and changed hands into De-Dee's Dairy. I don't know who De-Dee is, because to be honest, no one's name starts with D in this entire story.
I don't know.
Is De-Dee a nickname for Louise? Surely not.
Could have been. I really can't think of any other reason where they got the name De-Dee from, other than, like, King De-Dee.
I don't think that's it. There are some very strange nicknames that come from other names, so...
Like,
De-Dee,
your dad?
Well, yeah. De-Dee could be a nickname for Louise, for all we know. My dad's name is Winslow, and everyone calls him Buddy, so make sense.
I can't.
Richard's nickname is Dick. Make that make sense.
Can't.
And, like, another one that always throws me is, like, Margaret. A lot of people go by Peggy.
What the heck?
And I don't understand that one either. Maggie makes sense for Margaret. Peggy? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get any of that.
So for... I don't know. I'm assuming Louise is De-Dee in this scenario, and if I'm wrong, perhaps someone in the De-Dee's Dairy history can correct me. But anyway. Now we have some info from the De-Dee's Dairy website to kind of give you a little deeper overview about what they pride themselves on and what they think today.
Quick thought.
Sure.
At any point before we actually, like, went to this place or, got married, were we ever thinking about doing any sort of podcast thing? Or was this is just far after? This was far before we even...
This is, like, our origin story, to be honest, because this is the first place, one of the first places we went for ice cream together. And it's one of the first... it is the first place where we tried an ice cream flight.
Mm-hmm.
Which was an exciting thing for us to discover. And it's just, I think this is the place, like, we've always traveled places, and we traveled places before this, but this was, like, the first time we were like, okay, we gotta try a local ice cream place while we're here.
Right.
And I think having the flight and trying multiple flavors kind of led us into the idea of, okay, what do you like the best? What do you like the best? What can we rate these, etc.?
This was before I even started journaling.
Yeah, I think this is the origin of Scooped Podcast, possibly, in because of De-Dee's Dairy.
Other than Carvel being our, like, first date.
Right. We have a lot of lore in the Scooped Podcast.
We have a lot of ice cream-centric history.
Yes, between us.
Even before we thought about doing this.
So true. So some info from De-Dee's Dairy website to just kind of fill in some blanks. Satisfy your sweet tooth with a huge ice cream treat at De-Dee's Dairy in Niagara Falls, New York. We can all probably agree that nothing beats a delicious ice cream treat on a simmering hot summer day. Facts. Except maybe a really huge ice cream cone or sundae like we serve here at De-Dee's Dairy in Niagara Falls, New York. If you've been to our seasonal ice cream shop, you're in for one of the best treats of the summer. Just make sure you're good and hungry when you visit. Our cozy ice cream shop is the perfect place to enjoy a scoop or two with friends and family. With a variety of indoor and outdoor seating, you can savor your ice cream while soaking up the sun or enjoying the ambiance of our shop. We also offer take-home treats and ice cream cakes for special occasions.
And a million flavors.
Yes, and we have to talk about this as well in the next part that you're going to read for us, because De-Dee's Dairy does not, at least when we went, I don't know if they've changed. Actually, they haven't, because I looked it up on the website. De-Dee's Dairy serves a brand of ice cream called Perry's Ice Cream. And that's like a local brand that they sell. So, we're going to learn a little bit about Perry's Ice Cream in the next part. So, you want to just start here, that'd be good.
All right. Perry's Ice Cream was founded in 1918 when H. Morton Perry purchased the Milk Route in Akron, New York, a small suburb just east of Buffalo. The business, known as Perry's Dairy at the time, operated as a home delivery and wholesale dairy business until 1932, when the Akron High School cafeteria manager asked Morton if he could supply ice cream to the school. Using a family recipe for ice cream given to him by his mother, Morton began mixing small batches of ice cream on the kitchen stove with his son, Marlowe. Son? That's I just think, I feel like Marlowe's like... I've only ever heard girls named Marlowe.
I don't even think I've met a Marlowe. Wait.
Yeah, we did.
One. And she was a girl.
Yeah.
That's fine.
As demand increased, the Perry family began delivering bulk ice cream to local stores and restaurants around Akron. Is it Akron or Akron?
I think Akron.
Akron. Okay. And thus began Perry's Ice Cream as we know it today. Flash forward to the present day, Perry's Ice Cream is a fourth-generational owned and operated business, using the same recipe passed down for generations. Perry's Ice Cream is still slow cooked. You cook ice cream?
I mean, yeah, you have to cook the base.
True. And delivered throughout Akron, New York, and beyond, staying true to our roots. Nearly 100% of our milk comes from farms in the surrounding Akron communities. Now that's the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
De-Dee's Dairy uses Perry's Ice Cream, which is also out of an area near Buffalo, which is very close to Niagara Falls if you're in the New York upstate region. It's all very local, so it's exciting. It's nice.
How many times did we go to this place, do you remember, while we were up there? I felt like it was twice.
I think it was only once.
Once? Okay.
We only have pictures from one time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We were just in that area a lot, and I think we were thinking of going back. We just didn't have the time before we had to go.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I felt like all the food places that we went to, or at least all the good food places in that area, in Buffalo that we went to, were all in the same area. We went to the...
It was all very concentrated, because a lot of that area is like farmy land stuff.
Yeah, but the area with all the good food, with like the sushi place and the Mexican restaurant, that was all like in the same general area, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. But... so De-Dee's Dairy has only a few signature dishes, keeping things tried and true.
So they have scooped ice cream and tons of flavors. Many flavors.
And when we say tons, like, I have a picture of the menu board.
Did you take that yourself?
I don't remember if I think so. This looks familiar to me. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No wonder why it took us so long to choose anything.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know why I say that they only have scooped ice cream and soft serve custard, but within the scooped ice cream, they have regular, they have frozen yogurt, they have sherbet, they have no sugar added, and they have dairy-free flavors.
Yep.
So they have, it's all scooped ice cream, it's all under that umbrella, but it's just endless choices.
In alphabetical order, too.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I do, too. It's really cool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep looking at it. It just keeps going and going and going.
Mm-hmm. And the three that I picked for because we ended up getting a flight, and we each picked 3 flavors to go on the flight.
The
3 that I picked are good, and I might pick them again, but it's like the thing about this menu is there's so many options.
It took us so long.
It's crazy. There's so many I would love to try still.
If we ever went back for some reason.
If we ever were in the area.
Or just somewhere where they also had even just the ice cream from Perry's.
Yeah, where they served Perry's. But didn't we go somewhere else where they served Perry's while we were there? And that's maybe what you're thinking about, us trying two things?
Maybe.
Because we went to the place where I got...
Oh, wait, I remember. We went to the falls, didn't we? And they had ice cream from Perry's.
Yeah, and I tried lemon Italian ice, and then the bees were chasing me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bees were chasing everyone. The bees were out of control.
Were on crack in Niagara Falls, and I don't know what was going on with that. And it wasn't like, oh, fuzzy little bumblebees. They were like wasps.
They were everywhere, all over the area.
All the seating area of like the New York side of Niagara Falls was just covered in wasps, and there was nowhere to sit and relax and look at the falls or eat the snacks from the little snack bar thing that we stopped at, or have your ice cream from the little ice cream stand, because everything was covered in wasps. And our hotel was covered in spiders. I don't know if you noticed that too.
Oh, trust me, I remember. Along with freaking out over the height of the the top of that building, there was also just endless spiders all over the walls. I don't understand how they were up that high without freezing to death.
Something was wrong with the
ecosystem
in the place we stayed in Niagara Falls, because there were wasps everywhere and spiders all over our hotel, which we stayed in a beautiful, like, old style hotel. It was gorgeous. It was called Giacomo's, and it was...
I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah, it just hit me right now. And it was beautiful, and they, like, brought us cookies and milk in the evenings delivered to your room, and it was... that was cool. We had room service breakfast every day included with our stay, and it was, like, a absolutely wonderful experience. And one of the things that they, advertised as a thing you could do is you could go to their, like, top penthouse room observatory thing and watch the fireworks over the falls in the evenings.
And we went. I didn't have a great time because I have an extreme fear of heights.
Paul has an extreme fear of heights, and I don't love spiders. And there were, as the higher up you went, all the windows are like covered in webs.
Because they can't get up. They were so high up. They were so high up, how were they going to get up there to clean the windows?
Exactly. There was no way for that. I don't blame the staff at all, but I just don't understand. I don't understand.
I felt like we were in a spider observatory.
It was honestly terrifying. You were scared of the height. I was scared of the spiders. I didn't know what was happening. It was a strange experience for sure. And
didn't think they would be up that high. Bugs, I don't think usually fly very high. So it's like, what are they catching up there? And why are they catching enough to, like, create
to still be there and have so many and this giant web?
Like, create a giant a population that big, they must have, like, access to a lot of food.
Yeah.
Thinking about it from an ecological point of view.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I still have nightmares about those spiders. I'm telling you. They weren't little.
I kept having, visions when I was there about, like, there being an earthquake while we were at the top of that building. And
Why?
Because it was scary.
It wasn't that scary. Paul doesn't like heights, though, so that makes sense. So yeah, we had an interesting experience where the bugs in Niagara Falls were kind of out of control, but thankfully we didn't have any bug experiences at De-Dee's Dairy. We simply had a very exciting ice cream flight experience.
Two things, just back on the other subject, I would be very interested to know what Canada looks like from an ecological point of view.
I think the New York side of the falls are screwy. I really would love to visit the Canada side to compare.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is, I wonder if that is a sign of some sort of turf war between the spiders and the wasps.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know who's winning. I'm itchy thinking about this.
Yeah, but it was crazy.
It was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
The spiders versus the wasps. It sounds like a gang.
It really does. Like West Side Story. They're going to start snapping. Story.
Yeah, except it's more like clicking.
Nightmares! So many nightmares. But you know what? On the bright side, we did get to go to De-Dee's Dairy, and we tried some really cool flavors, and I wrote them down. I found them. I have the picture of our flight that I will include.
It was so pretty.
It's so pretty. It's pretty obvious, I think, which flavors Paul picked and which flavors I picked.
Yeah, seriously.
By looking at them.
I'm sure they know my preferences by now.
Yeah, Paul picked all the weird, fruity, rainbow-looking things, and I picked all of the brown, chocolate-y looking things.
The boring-looking things.
Hey, they look amazing.
Usually the boring things taste really good, though.
Yeah. So, I guess, do you want to do your flavors first? Or do you want...
Should I do them?
Okay.
So, I chose 3. I don't know which one was which, just from this,
I do.
You do?
I do, because I had to reverse engineer, look at the menu board to look at the picture of what the ice cream looked like to figure out what one it was.
So, the one all the way to the left. What is that?
That is the one that's called Northern Lights.
Okay. So, the first one I went over was the Northern Lights. And you know what? That does look like the Northern Lights.
It's pretty, yeah.
At least if we're looking at Da Vinci's, interpretation of them. Wait. I mean, that's Starry Night, but I always felt like he was looking at the Northern Lights when he was, painting it.
Van Gogh did Starry Night, not Da Vinci.
Shh. Anyway,
the Northern Lights ice cream, which is not actually ice cream, it's sherbet, but anyway.
Was made from sour green apple, blue raspberry, and grape sherbet. Which
sounds very you. That's
the first flavor. 2 things are very me.
That's a you flavor if I've ever seen one.
I'm not a real grape person, but, it's in the ice cream, so didn't really, taste it that much. But I am a big fan of sour green apple and blue raspberry, and I usually put them together in my own ice cream.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. And then the next choice was Cloud 9, which is vanilla ice cream with sour raspberry swirls.
That's also a real you flavor.
Yo, just looking at this real quick, I realized all my flavors have blue raspberry.
Yes, they do. All of them.
Yes. I like raspberry a lot.
Who's surprised? No one.
No one. And so yeah, vanilla ice cream with sour raspberry swirls. And that's that white and blue one, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm. It looks like clouds. It's pretty.
It is pretty.
All of yours are very pretty. All of mine, I feel like, look more delicious. But I'm biased because I picked them.
Yeah. Stop scratching. They're still in Niagara Falls. They're not going to get you.
I'm sorry. I need to take a shower today. I'm a little, now that we've talked about spiders, I'm all itchy.
Mm. And then the last flavor was the superhero, which I kind of assume that's what that crazy blue, yellow, red thing was.
Yeah,
which was cherry bubblegum, lemon, and, again, blue raspberry.
Who's surprised?
So yeah, it seems like all my choices were all in the sour department.
Yes.
I am such a sour guy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's been 3 years.
Right.
But do you remember which one you liked the most? Do you remember if they're...
I think I liked this blue...
the Northern Lights?
The Northern Lights the most. I remember enjoying that one the most.
Well, that makes sense, because it's sour apple and blue raspberry, which you already do.
Combined.
On your own.
Right. But it was the blue... it was the Northern Lights. That was my favorite. I think I liked Cloud 9 the most after that. Usually I don't eat red ice cream. So,
yeah, I don't know. I think you just were so overwhelmed with choices. And I think you were trying to pick things that were...
to my...
unique. And, yeah.
But unique is a great way to describe this store and their flavors. That's true. A lot of choices.
They have a lot of choices. Alright. So you would say Northern Lights was your favorite of your 3.
Right.
Okay. I didn't like any of your 3. I remember tasting them because, we did a thing where we did some sharing.
I remember sort of liking your first flavor on that list.
The maple walnut?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was my favorite, I think, of the 3 I tried. So, Now we're going into my 3 flavors. We were in the north, and I feel like maple is always better when you're up north.
Well, I mean, we were right next to Canada.
That too. So I had, my first choice was the maple walnut, which is maple ice cream with walnuts. I know we're all shocked by this information. But that was really, really good. That one, and here's another side note. We took these to go. I don't remember why. Maybe we had somewhere to be later. I don't know. But we took these to go and we went back to our hotel to eat them.
I think it was just towards the end of the day. We went out, we had dinner, we stopped at this place, and that the hotel was where we were going next.
Okay. So we took them and we ate some in the car and then we drove.
Because they were melting.
Because they were melting like nobody's business. The maple walnut held up the best against the melt, is what I remember.
It was interesting. Maybe it was the stickiness of the
maple?
The maple.
I don't know.
But everything else was like sloppy mess.
A freaking mess. The last one on my 3 was basically soup by the time we got it back. But anywho. So in order of the picture, the maple walnut is first. It was really, really good. It had a good maple flavor. They were a decent amount of walnuts. The texture was good. All of A+, solid ice cream. Next in line, the regular chocolate looking one, was the brownie batter ice cream, which is brownie batter flavored ice cream with brownie batter swirls and brownie dough pieces. So if you are ready for a chocolate attack, that's the one you should order. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It had a lot of chocolate richness, all yummy, good things. Texturally, the brownie pieces were good. Solid.
Yes.
My third flavor, I was a little disappointed in. My third flavor was good. It was called White Lightning, which was their dark chocolate ice cream filled with streaks of thick mint fudge lightning.
Can I take a
swirls?
guess about this?
Yeah.
Did you feel like the mint got enveloped by the fudge?
No, I thought the mint was good. My problem was that it disintegrated.
Oh.
Because even before we left the parking lot, you can see in the picture this one is melting already. The other ones are looking pretty solid. That one's melting.
Yeah, the darkest one all the way to the right.
Yeah. It melted so fast that you couldn't tell if the texture was any good because it melted. And I've noticed this across other dark chocolate ice creams over time. We have I've tried a few different places in their dark chocolate ice cream, and I feel like something in dark chocolate must make it melt faster than regular chocolate.
That's fascinating.
I don't know what it is, but it always seems to do it. The only place that we've tried dark chocolate ice cream from that didn't melt super fast was Sweet Ice Creamery, and that was their dark chocolate raspberry. That one didn't melt very fast. They have the formula.
Okay.
That's the word I was looking for. They have the formula down somehow. I don't know how. Maybe it's because we ate there in winter and it wasn't that hot. I don't know. But the point is, it didn't melt when every other dark chocolate ice cream I've had everywhere melts really, really fast.
Yeah. That's very interesting, and I would love to know why.
I know.
Maybe it doesn't have milk, right?
It has less
Or it
milk.
has less milk. Maybe the fact that it has less milk, just the milk, maybe the milk acts as a buffer.
As well?
It could be.
I don't know. The point is, flavor-wise, it was very yummy, and I like dark chocolate ice cream, so I'm always thrilled when I see it anywhere. But it melted super fast. Now, in a hypothetical scenario where we get to go back someday, they have a dark chocolate raspberry somewhere on here. Here it is. It's called Queen of Hearts. Dark chocolate ice cream with raspberry swirls and fudge-filled hearts. If we are ever in a...
Fudge-filled hearts?
Yeah, I guess they're little chocolate hearts full of chocolate.
That's what I figured? Okay.
So if we are ever near De-Dee's Dairy or a place with Perry's ice cream again, remind me I want to try Queen of Hearts.
All right. I will remind you. Because also I want to find out if they actually have little chocolate hearts in them.
Right? I think it'd be fun.
Mm.
But yeah, the problem with De-Dee's Dairy is also the best part of De-Dee's Dairy is there's so many things to pick.
Yeah. I'm going to do some math for a second. So you go ahead and talk about something for a second.
Okay. So, yeah, we went to... We had... The actual store of De-Dee's Dairy is really, really cute. And the flight, I remember not being terribly expensive as well, which was nice. And they were not stingy with the scoops. Those were big scoops that they gave us in the flight. And like I said, this was our first experience with an ice cream flight. So everything else beyond that has been like
compared against this
because our first ice cream flight, they gave us 6 flavors. That's a lot. And the scoops were big. And the scoops were big. Most other ice cream flights, I feel like, cap you at 4. The only other place that gave us more than that was Oh Wow Cow, where they gave us 5, but the scoops were kind of small, I would say, in comparison to this. Like, we didn't finish this. We put it in our mini fridge in our hotel in the freezer section.
Yeah. 2 things, quick. 60. There are 65 flavors.
Oh my god.
And the second thing was, do you remember the prices for this stuff?
I was saying it wasn't terribly expensive. I don't remember the exact prices, because again, it was 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
But it was reasonable. I remember it being reasonably priced.
But yes, 65. 65 flavors, at least at that point.
Oh, is that all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I wonder if they, like, mix any of it themselves, or if it all comes pre-done.
Well, I think they're all, like, they say Perry's next to them.
Oh, so that's probably just the way that they are.
I think so.
When they arrive.
Kind of like how Sweet Ice Creamery did Hershey's brand.
Right.
Ice
and
cream.
how Crazy's did another flavor brand.
Oh, yeah. Crazy's is Thomas Sweet Ice Cream.
Uh-huh.
Which we still need to go there, technically. We've never been to the original Thomas Sweet location.
I wouldn't mind trying them out.
Yeah, we'll check them out at some point. But, so, I would say my favorite flavor I had I think they go in the order that they're in the picture, which is kind of funny. Maple walnut, then the brownie batter, then the white lightning.
Yeah, I definitely liked your maple the most, and then it was the brownie batter, and then it was the white lightning, which is so ironic because there's not a bit of white in there.
Nope. Don't see any. That's for sure.
But yeah, my stuff was all just kind of mixed up in your brain, right? It was all just
sweet.
It's
all weird fruit mixtures. I know that I did not like the superhero at all.
I think that was my least favorite one too.
I think the least offensive one to me was the vanilla raspberry, which was Cloud9.
Right.
But that's it.
I don't blame you. I have a child's palate.
You've grown since then, though.
A little bit, yes.
You still do the sour apple and blue raspberry thing, but it's more refined now, I think.
I also just realized I haven't had cherry vanilla in a very long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute or two since you've gone to your roots.
Yeah, I'm very adventurous these days. I feel like
that's not the right picture.
No, that's not the right picture.
I'll find it. I'll fix it later.
Yeah.
But anywho,
they can't see what we're doing anyway.
I have just a picture of the building instead of the logo. I don't know what happened. But anywho, we are going to place De-Dee's Dairy on the tier list. For those of you who haven't been listening, or who need a refresher, our tier list currently for season 2 stands as follows. Carried over from season 1, still in the top spot of S tier is Nicholas Creamery. Beyond that, we have Vampire Penguin and the Froyo Zone.
I like how you've been doing these just because there's only 3 things or 2 things on the list at a time, so it's just like we don't have to worry about running out of breath. It's
definitely easier. And now we have to figure out where De-Dee's Dairy is going.
Alright. I personally think it's an A.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yes.
Because it's definitely... I wouldn't put it in S tier as ice cream. It's very good. And they have very good options, like a lot of them. And it holds a special place in my heart, obviously, because it's important to us.
Yes.
But I wouldn't say it was the best ice cream we've had.
Just
in general.
If you asked us back then 3 years ago, maybe.
It might have been.
But we've grown as people.
No, I think A is fair. And we'll leave it in the A tier for now. And adjust as necessary as we try more things over the course of season 2. Yeah.
That was a fun trip.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I just wish my passport wasn't so being... I wish the passport agency just weren't being total jerks.
Yeah, we originally had planned to do, like, some of our Niagara... Actually, we wanted to do all of our Niagara Falls honeymoon in Canada.
It was cheaper.
It was cheaper and prettier looking.
It was so pretty. When we went to the actual falls, we looked over the falls, and it just looked so beautiful at night. It's like, it was night and day compared to, like, the areas that we could peruse when we were on the American side. Yeah.
And it was really funny. There was a point where we were looking over the falls, and we were close enough to Canada that my cell phone did a thing where it was like, "Welcome to Canada. You are now using international minutes," or whatever. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I gotta step back. Like, I had to walk backwards to not use international minutes. It was pretty funny. However, we couldn't go because Paul's passport... Well, Paul didn't have a passport.
I tried.
At the time. He tried, but there was an issue on his birth certificate, and it was like a whole thing, and
And they wouldn't give us any information on how to fix it?
Yeah, we had to, like, wait in passport limbo for, like, a solid year before he got his stuff back, and then he could reapply.
Yeah, literally. A year before I got my birth certificate back.
It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
And how mad are you that when I renewed mine, like, a month ago, it took, like, 2 weeks?
I wasn't happy about it. Mine took about that long, too, I felt like.
After it was fixed,
After they gave me the right information.
Mm-hmm.
We're never going to... forget the post office whenever we have to do anything like that again.
For sure. For sure. Definitely, I'm doing it on our own or with the passport,
the library people. They were really nice.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, go to your local libraries. Forget about post offices. They're too busy to care.
Shout out to the Old Bridge Library Passport Services Department.
Yes.
And otherwise...
They took one look at mine and they were able to tell me what was wrong.
Mm-hmm. It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, now we both have passports, so maybe we'll come to you with a special Canadian episode of Scoop Podcast at some point. Who knows?
Yeah, we go back to the Niagara Falls, but we actually stay on the Canadian side.
Perhaps.
They gotta have some crazy ice cream over
I'm
there.
sure they do. I'm sure they do. Now, we might have to change our intro, because it says, ice cream, frozen foods on the East Coast. I don't know if...
It's still on the East Coast.
Somehow, I don't know.
It's still East.
We might just have to say frozen foods on the East Coast and beyond for that episode, but that's okay. So this has been episode 55 of Scoop Podcast. Thank you as always for listening. If you haven't already done so, be sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all the social media things. Like, subscribe, follow, share, etc. And we would greatly appreciate it. And remember, the best way to support us is always by tuning in. So please do so next week for a review of an ice cream truck we always hear pass by, but haven't yet been able to catch.
And hopefully we will.
Yes, but hopefully we will before this episode comes out, because otherwise we have a problem. But anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.